Gina is the head of household. Who will she nominate for eviction? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 8 Political Bait. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 8 Political Bait. It's day 59 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Gina is the head of household. Who will she nominate for eviction? We'll find out shortly. But first, it was actually a very quiet day in the Big Brother Cheesecake house. I actually have very little to report on because pretty much all the chats were very, very quiet. I think everybody was kind of exhausted from the 2-hour Survivor premiere yesterday, and we're getting to the end of the work week, and people just tend to take Wednesdays, Thursdays, a bit slower, but and we're also down to just 7 people. But yeah, it was pretty quiet. Gina was also busy all day, so she didn't have a lot of time to chat with people. She had work, and then she went to see a show. I think she went to see that show from Friends where the lesbian just talks for 4 hours when she goes, "Why doesn't anybody like me?" What was that show called? Chapter 1, My First Period. It was a good show. I'll never forget when I went to see Kathy Griffin live downtown Toronto, and she starts with, "Hello, I'm Kathy Griffin. I will be talking for 4 hours with no intermissions or bathroom breaks. Let's begin." And all the gays were like, "Yay!" Anyway, yeah. I went with Tiffany's mother. Oh, this was the best. And at one point, she was not impressed. Tiffany's mother is just not impressed with anything ever. She likes to complain a lot. She tries to scream out, "You're not funny!" Oh, the gays devoured her like lions eating a zebra. Anyway, I can reveal as of 10:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, March 2nd, that Jimmy Carter is alive! Oh, you're just like the Energizer Bunny. You just keep on going and going and going. So, good for you. Okay, so, yeah, Gina didn't have a lot of time to make her decision. And, I think, even though this is just what I think, I don't know this, her nominations came in at 8:45. 15 minutes before the deadline. I don't think it was that she was thinking about it to the last minute. I think she was just busy. I think she had not necessarily her mind made up, but she had it narrowed down to about 3 people. That's my gut feeling. I don't actually know that. So that sex term yesterday, that guy, Eddie, who suggested doing, Davey guessed it immediately from the first letter, D, you dirty bastard. I'm not going to say it on the air. If you want to know, you can ask in the main chat or in the alumni chat or any of the chats. But when I go on my cruise in September, I definitely have to make sure that when the ship is docked in Italy, that I go out and find some, Italian sausage. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. There was somebody who not complained, but made an observation that there were too many twists this season. First of all, I said this was going to be the most twisted season ever. But second of all, there are, I believe, only, was it 8? I don't have it on me, but 8 powers left in the game. So we have the Ruby Power Veto, Sapphire Power Veto, Amethyst Power Veto. Zaki has a veto advantage in a comp. Alex has a Monopoly advantage. That's only 5. Dustin's Veto Vault, this is the last week for it. Zaki has an Executive Hijack if he ever wins an HOH, which next week would be the last week for that. And there's only one other one that I can't seem to remember off the top of my head. Let me just think real quick if I can remember it. No, I can't, but I am curious, so just stand by while I check. But what I am going to say about that is at least you know what they are and you know who has them, so you can plan ahead. There's a lot of Survivor and Big Brother orgs out there where you have to go into tribals or evictions not knowing who has what power. You might not even know what the powers are, let alone who has them, and then who's going to use them. So at least there's a lot of parameters here, and everything is transparent and out in the open, which I think is a bit more advantageous for all of you. I will say also that, okay, I just pulled up the list. Let's see here. Where did it go? Okay, so I said that. Oh, the fast forward. So Alex has a fast forward as well. So there's only 8 things, and there's a hidden immunity idol, but that has to be hidden. So if somebody has that, it gives them immunity from, the coup d'etat is already used. So the hidden immunity idol only gives you immunity from rocks. So it's not that fantastic anyway. Okay, speaking of Alex, he actually did 2 things today. So Alex has the monopoly advantage. He has to choose between short-term protection, meaning he cannot pay the first 5 things he lands on. Long-term protection, meaning he can choose any color set and never have to pay on it, or double money each time he passes go. He chose what I think was the best option, which was option 2, long-term protection, and he chose immunity on yellow. So if he ever lands on Dustin's yellow color set, Atlantic Avenue, Ventnor Avenue, Marvin Gardens, he will not have to pay ever. So I think you made the right choice there, Alex. Also, Alex decided to use his fast forward. So he joins Chanel and Karen as the 2 people who used a non-immediate fast forward. Karen didn't really need to play it. Chanel did, though. And I'm not quite sure if Alex needed to play it, but he played it. I mean, there's only 2 weeks left, so I think it was a decent decision, which means Alex has fast-forwarded himself to week 10, meaning he cannot be nominated or evicted this week. He also cannot be rocked out, so he has made it to the final 6, along with Gina. So congratulations, Alex. Well done. Before we get to the nomination ceremony, one thing I forgot to mention, my mother has been watching that Alex Murdaugh trial for like a month now, and it concluded today, and after like 3 hours of deliberation, he was found guilty. Ironic that the deliberation was 3 hours, which was 2 hours less than the Crown Attorney took, and Rhonda said, guess they didn't mind a 5-hour closing argument. I would have purposely hung the jury for the 5-hour closing argument from the Crown Attorney. You want to waste my time? I will waste America's time, bitch. And also, breaking news, I just found this out right before I started to tape. Nordstrom Canada has gone bankrupt. So all Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack stores will be closing their doors in Canada. And it really annoys me because there used to be this bus terminal that I worked at, and now I'm a trainer and I still have lunch at the bus terminal. And the connection to the food court used to be through Target. So I would walk through Target to avoid the harsh Canadian winter. And then Target closed. Nordstrom replaced it, so I would walk through Nordstrom to get to the food court. And Nordstrom closed, and now I have to walk through the harsh Canadian winter. So it's just really annoying. I have no use for Nordstrom, but I like the shortcut that it takes from the parking lot or from the bus terminal to the food court. That's actually all I have. So this will finally, for the first time in a very long time, be a short episode. But you've had a lot of long episodes, and I have a feeling Extra Whip will be a good one tomorrow. So let's just get right into the nomination ceremony. I'm Gina, aka Jinan. I'm just jamming with my boobies to Mike's music. He likes to play Ozzy Osbourne. I'm Ozzy Osbourne. Fuck you, Sharon. I'm Ozzy Osbourne. And he also likes to play Barry Manilow. Hey, Mandy, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh, Mandy. I'm the head of household, and it is my duty to nominate 2 of my fellow house guests for eviction. This is a really hard decision at Final 7. It's so hard I had to think with both of my boobs. I will read the names of the 4 house guests who are safe, and then the 2 nominees. Good luck, everyone. Dustin, you are safe. Zachy, you are safe. Davey, you are safe. This leaves Alex, Jonathan, and Penny. One of you is safe, 2 of you are nominated. Alex, you are safe, which means Gina has nominated Jonathan and Penny for eviction. Let's see what Gina has to say. My nominations are Jonathan and Penny. You two are a very likable duo, and there are very few options moving into this round with all of the advantages. I wish you two the best of luck in the veto. This nomination ceremony is adjourned. Okay, so Gina has nominated Jonathan and Penny for eviction, but the Golden Power Veto can still change the nominations. Only 6 house guests will play in the Golden Power Veto competition: the head of household, Gina, the 2 nominees, Jonathan and Penny, and 3 house guests selected in a random draw. If I draw the names of Gina, Jonathan, or Penny, they will get to choose a house guest to play with them, a la house guest choice. For the last time this season, this is the Veto Lottery. It's so bittersweet because this is so exciting, but it's also the last time this season. Isn't that sad? So sad. Okay, here we go. First up is... Well, I know there's 7, so let's go to the middle. And let's find, of course... For fuck's sake. Dustin, Mr. Horseshoe up my ass. Yep. Dustin won the Veto Vault at the final 14. It was week 2. Week 2, he got the Veto Vault, and every single week he was either head of household or he was picked to play. He only used the Veto Vault once to knock Alex out of playing during Gina's last HOH. That's just insane. Okay, here we go. Next up is... Alex! You get to play in the Golden Power Veto competition. And before we get to the last one, the Golden Power Veto competition is a live competition on Zoom. And there are 3 available time slots. There is Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Friday 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, if you do not have a preference, please select Friday at 10 p.m. so we can get it over with. Okay, and finally... Let's go to Gina. You get to choose a house guest to play with you. So, playing in the Golden Power Veto competition is Gina, Jonathan, Penny, Dustin, Alex, and a house guest selected by Gina, and that literally leaves you with only 2 choices, which are Davey and Zachy are your 2 choices, Gina. Okay, with that said... Tomorrow is Extra Whip, where Curtis will dish the dirt with Michael, Rhonda, Corey, Joanne, and myself. Sunday is the Golden Power Veto competition. Monday, the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 2 nominees will plead their case. And Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition, where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 8 house, get impeached from Congress, and lose their shot at the $800 cash prize. I'm Andrew Shevsik. Take care, and remember, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. Good night.